You want to narrate, or do you want me to narrate?
You narrate.
Okay, here we have Paul Jones. Caught a 36-inch striped sea bass, striper as everybody knows. He's gonna show you how to fillet it in a different manner. I mean, a lot of you probably do know this, but there's been a lot of ways that we've seen people fillet them out and all, and it seems to take a long time. You get less meat, and it seems like a lot of hassle. This is the best way I've seen, and he's gonna show you how to do it. You really want to have a good sharp knife for this. Hopefully we got one here. Because you know those striper scales tend to dull it. Make a cut at the top, cut down at the tail. As you can see, the scales are coming off. Nice fish. So it looks like he's cutting on the side of the dorsal there, right along the backbone. And I mean, the first time you might not get it the best, but you will get it. What happens is, as you can see in there, you can see the bone there. And you just want to glide the knife pretty much flat along and just like, I want to say, shear it. And just like that, right along the bones. So you can get the most meat that you can get out of it without getting any bone. You can see he's avoiding taking too much of the belly fat. I mean, some people like it, some people don't. They say the belly fat and the cheek meat, when fried up in a pan, taste bacony. I haven't tried it yet, but that's what I've heard. You can see how he's cutting along in there. And there's one whole fillet. Now, instead of laying it down and running along the back side of the skin, this is the way that we found. You want to reach in there, break it off the fillet, get a good grip. One hand grabs the fillet, one hand grabs the skin. A little bit of strength to pull that, but you can do it. Be careful not to damage the meat too much. And there you have one whole fillet. Of course, it needs to be washed and whatnot now, but there you go. How to get a fillet off of a striper without gutting it. Cooler, ice, important. And make sure you dispose of your stuff there. As you can see, we have a proper disposal here, right into a freshwater river, so that's going to get eaten like you wouldn't believe. know, basically flip the fish and do that on the reverse side. You see people do these on those fish boards and whatnot, but we have a 3-foot fish here. So unless you got a large counter in your house, apartment, or wherever, or a good sized board, then you can do it in the grass, on the concrete. Good size 2x12 would work. You can nail the fish down or clamp it somehow. But apparently, as you see, you don't need any clamps and whatnot. And this particular fish was caught in the Atlantic in June. Live bait. Again, right along the backbone there. Use that as your guide to where to go down. You put that knife right along it, and it'll glide right across. We're actually using a fish fillet knife to do it. Nothing super special, you know. Just make sure it's real good and sharp. Sometimes getting that first bit of meat, the first bit of skin to grab onto there can be a pain. Your hands get a little slippery, and the fish is already slippery, but in time and patience, you can get it. And I know the first fish I ever did wasn't the best. But after a few, you get the hang of it. As you can see, the skin comes off with not a whole hell of a lot of knife work there. And there you go, skinning a striper, filleting it. Now there's probably lots of uses for these carcasses. Here, we feed the wildlife.